Hi, welcome back to Movie Review Mom. How's it going? Comment down below. I love hearing from you. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate your support. And a free way to support my growing channel is to subscribe and give it a thumbs up and tell all your friends about it. You can also join me over on Facebook at the Movie Review Mom Facebook group and on Instagram as Movie Review Mom and also as Trina Boice. That's actually my name, in case you didn't know. All right, so my goal here is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision for you and your loved ones, whether or not you want to spend time watching a specific film. And money, I should say. Sometimes it costs money either to go to the theater or to pay for streaming or video on demand, right? So the movie I'm reviewing today is called A Grand Romantic Gesture. This romantic comedy by Gravitas Ventures opens on digital platforms on February 8th, 2022. Now, although the film is not going to be rated by the MPAA, I would give it a rating of R for language and content. It's 108 minutes long, and I'm going to give you an overview in a nutshell where I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as point out themes worth talking about. I'll offer tips for parents. I'll share some movie lines and even give you a recommendation for another movie that I think that you'll really like, even maybe better than this one. All right, let's get started. In a nutshell, the tagline for this rom-com is, "It's never too late to screw up your life." The story is about Ava, who is forced into early retirement when she loses her job. She loses herself and is bored with life. So her husband and daughter encourage her to learn gourmet cooking at a community school and prepare to be a grandmother. Instead, she signs up for a drama class where she is cast as Juliet and falls in love with her Romeo. The film was written and directed by Joan Carr-Wiggin. Now, on a personal note, I have loved ones who experienced infidelity, which led to divorce and broken families. So to me, having an affair is not cute or funny. That being said, this is a romantic comedy. So let me tell you some of the things that I did like. First of all, before the movie begins, you see these words on the screen from Romeo and Juliet, Shakespeare's famous play. Quote, "Is love a tender thing? It is too rough, too rude, too boisterous, and it pricks like a thorn." And that's end quote. And that's definitely illustrated in this movie. Several lines from Shakespeare's famous play are shown during the entire movie in between several key scenes as the story progresses. You'll immediately notice that blue is the prominent color used throughout the entire film, from the color of clothes that the characters wear to the painted walls and even the props. So color has actually long been associated with the main characters in Romeo and Juliet. I wondered what additional connections the director wanted us to make by the choice of blue. That love makes us feel blue, and that's certainly illustrated in the film, but I'm wondering if there's something more, if I missed something. So if you watch this movie, what do you think? I thought it was really funny that two different characters mentioned actor Jon Hamm. I mean, who doesn't love Jon Hamm? So A Grand Romantic Gesture stars BAFTA winner Gina McKee, who's fantastic. She's just adorable, really. You will probably have recognized her from Notting Hill and maybe My Policeman. Also, the film stars Tony winner Douglas Hodge, who was in The Great and The Undoing. Rose Reynolds was in I'm With Me, and Dylan Llewellyn was in Dairy Girls and the Sex Pistols. So the cast does a really great job with some stellar acting moments. A few times, however, I wished for more. The film does a great job illustrating the excitement, guilt, joy, longing, and pain associated with infidelity. And I was glad that they didn't just paint it with rose-colored glasses and say, "Oh, isn't this romantic?" But they did represent the toll it was taking on the two individuals specifically. Actually, there are more than two people having an affair in this movie. But also how it affects the family and everyone involved. There's a side story about puppets that left me wondering if the writer and slash director wanted to say that we're all puppets when it comes to the emotion of love. And the film kind of illustrated that fact. So I don't know. Again, if you watch the movie, comment down below and let me know how you interpret that. Do you think I'm reading too much into it? Was it just kind of a fun side story? What do you think? There's a telling conversation between one of the couples about why they fell in love with each other. People who have affairs are usually searching to feel something. I've heard marriage therapists say that it's rarely about sex. It's how the other person makes them feel, which is a way that their married spouse is not making them feel. Comment down below. I want to have some really good conversations about this movie. And then ultimately, the ending leaves you guessing what exactly happens next. And I really like ambiguous endings because you can make up in your own mind where you want the story to go. Now, there were some things I didn't like. First of all, as I mentioned, it's not super fun to watch infidelity for me. That being said, the actress did a great job. I know that stubble looks really sexy on some men, but I really wanted Douglas Hodge to just shave. It would have been fun to see more similarities between the characters in this movie and those in Shakespeare's play, because there are some. The movie takes a very sad, cynical look at marriage as it only portrays bad, unhealthy relationships. Now, let me give you some tips for parents. First of all, kids are going to be totally bored. I mean, it's adults talking. A woman flips the bird. There's profanity and quite a few F-bombs, alcohol and drunken behavior. And again, one of the characters gets drunk, and that's supposed to be so funny. And again, to me, that's not funny. People having an affair are shown in bed together several times. Now, the movie illustrates very well these themes. At least these are the themes that I picked out. Infidelity, obviously, honesty, marriage, parenting, suicide, and aching hearts. So I always write down funny lines and interesting lines, and I include them on my written review at moviereviewmom.com. So you can run over there and check those out. So I'll just share a few of them with you right now. Roz, who's played by Linda Cash, says, "They all snore, even the Romeos." And I thought that that was really a great line because, you know, as much as you're in love with somebody, and especially if that somebody is a guy, he's going to snore and you're probably going to go, oh. It happens. And then there were some interesting lines as well. Ava, played beautifully by Gina McKee, says, "Lover, my lover." It's kind of a delicious, indiscreet word, isn't it? And she really likes the idea of that because she had sort of resigned herself to a life of boredom and not ever feeling happy or excited again. And then this happened. And so she feels like a bad girl. And she even says as much that, you know, she never thought she would do such a thing. Now, during the movie, the daughter thinks that her mother must have Alzheimer's because she's acting really strangely. And so finally it's revealed, not that she had an affair, but that she doesn't have Alzheimer's. And so Ava, the woman who has the affair, says, "Well, they are close, aren't they? Dementia and love." And again, I thought that was a great line because love makes you do crazy things, and love just makes you almost lose your mind, not think straight. So I thought that that was appropriate. And then another interesting line was spoken by Ross, played again by Linda Cash. And she says, "People fall in love and then they fall out of love. It's a matter of waiting." And she's the wife who's waiting for her husband to finish his affair. And I thought that that was really sad that she took a very practical approach to it. And she said, "Well, you know, I guess he's going to do that. But I thought about what I would lose if I had a divorce. I'd lose half my income, half my house, you know, and love was never really a factor for her in that relationship, which was really sad. All right. So ultimately, it wasn't a fun movie to watch for me just because of the content. However, I thought that they did a great job. It looked like the movie was pretty low budget, but I thought the acting was really good and they just did a good job. I appreciated what they were trying to say. So overall, my movie review mom grade is an A minus. Now, there were a couple of movies that popped into my head that I wanted to recommend. The first one is When Harry Met Sally. It's about a relationship and how it evolves over the years from, friendship to hate to hate again to love. Anyway, don't want to give you any spoilers, but it's a classic. I really get a kick out of it. And there was some element of that movie that instantly reminded me of this movie. And that is throughout the film, you see these two women being interviewed, kind of like in the movie When Harry Met Sally. And as the movie goes along and you hear the things that they say, more things are revealed and provide interesting insight. So that's why I thought of that movie. And then another movie that I thought of was The Last Letter from Your Lover. And again, you can watch my review of that movie. It came out last year. And again, I think I ranted and raved about how I don't enjoy watching people have affairs, but the movie is beautifully made. The acting is great, and it had some interesting insights. So it's about love and loss and pain and some of the similar themes that are in this movie. So check those out. I think that you might enjoy them if you enjoy this one, and you might even like them better than this one. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.